My name is Mark Robertson. Today I'll be showing you how to program a single station Hunter node controller. In my opinion, they are by far the best on the market. They're also available in a 2-station, 4-station and 6-station model, as well as Bluetooth models. They're based around Hunter's PGB solo valve, just like this one, which is the most reliable valve on the market. If anything ever goes wrong, you can service the valve, replace the coil. The controllers themselves run on 2 9-volt batteries, which generally last up around 2 years. You can install a rain sensor on them. You can install a moisture sensor on the Bluetooth models. They are generally installed inside a valve box. You can also put it onto a tap. They give you a little mounting kit to mount the controller next to the tap on a wall. Yeah, it's a little intro, but let's get down to programming it. Okay, so let's begin programming the Hunter node. Whenever the Hunter node is not being used, the screen goes into rest mode. This is a feature to save battery life. To take the controller out of rest mode, hold any of the buttons for a second or two. The first step to programming the Hunter node is to set the current time and date. Press the middle button, which will prompt the year to flash. You can change the current year by pressing plus or minus. It's 2022, so we'll change it by pressing the plus half. Okay. You can go backwards through the years as well using the minus button. Okay, once 2022, the year is set, we can arrow across using the right arrow, and we have to set the month and the date. Now it's American, so it goes with the month first, which currently it's April. Arrow across when we finish the month. Oops, we went too far. We have the month, the date, which is the 12th. And again, plus to change it, or minus to go back through. We want the 12th of April. Press arrow to go to the next setting. Now it's currently flashing with AM. You can change that to 24-hour time or PM just by scrolling through with the minus or plus. We just want standard AM or PM, so it's currently PM. The right arrow to go to the next thing to set, which is the hour. Currently it's 1:42 where I am. So press the plus to get up to 1. The right arrow will go to the next thing, which is the minutes. And it's 1:42, so I will scroll up all the way through to 1:42. You can hold it down. Okay. Once we've done that, we can right arrow across and it's back to the year. Okay, so we can check what we've done. 2022, April the 12th, and it actually shows you just here, little tab there, that it's Tuesday. If that tab isn't on the correct day, chances are you've made a mistake somewhere. Arrow across, we've got 1:43 PM, and again, back to the year. So that's all set. So you've just set the current time and date. It's very important to get the current time and date correct, because if you're off by 12 hours, if you don't get the AM or PM right, then basically the station won't come on when you think it's supposed to come on, and you'll think there's an issue with the actual timer. Okay, so once we've set our current time and day, press the middle button, which takes us down to the next thing to set, which is our program start times. There's a little alarm clock there in the corner, which just basically symbolizes that it's the start times. And this is the start time for the program. The Hunter node controller has 4 start times per program and 3 programs, which means you can have up to 12 times a day for that single station. Generally use the programs A, B and C, or B and C for a multi-station node if you want to differentiate schedules among the different stations. But for a single station node, The only reason you would use program B and C is if you want more than 4 start times. Okay, it's gone blank, so we'll just wake it up again. Middle button until we get down to start times. Now it'll start flashing number 1, which is start time 1. We can basically give that a time. So if you hold it down, it'll go much quicker. Let's say we'll have 6 AM as a start time, which is realistic. Always better to water early in the morning or late at night. Once we have 6 AM, stop. Now, if you do want to have more than one start time, you can arrow across to start time 2 and give it a start time. I won't. If you want to go start time 3, start time 4, again you're just arrowing across and adding in start times. If you want more than 4 start times, you can work with program B. Start time 1, 2, 3, 4, and program C. Start time 1, 2, 3, and 4. But for us, we'll just have program A, the 1 start time at 6 AM. Okay, that's it. Now we can go to the next thing, which is our runtime, by pressing the middle button. The runtime screen has a little hourglass icon in the bottom right hand corner, denoting that it's for your runtimes. Now this is runtime for our station 1. There would be multiple runtimes if it was a multi-station node, but for a single station it's just one runtime. Again, if you leave it for a few seconds, it will go back to the default automatic screen. So we'll press the middle button till we get back to our runtimes. Now I want it to come on for 30 minutes, which is again plus to change our runtime, or minus to go down. So 30 minutes. You'll notice if you press the right arrow, it's displaying 30 minutes as well, which is actually our runtime for the whole program A. If you've got a multi-station node and you've got, say, 3 stations at 15 minutes, that will display 45 minutes for all of program A. Okay, after we've set our runtime, press the middle button again, which will take us down to the days to water. There's 3 different options. We'll go through the calendar watering first. So currently it's flashing above Monday, a little tab. If you want to water, you press plus like I just did. Now flashing on Tuesday. If you want to water Tuesday, you press plus. If you don't, you press minus. It's just a matter of going through each of those days and plussing or minusing if you want to water that day. So currently that's Monday, Thursday, Saturday watering. Sunday minus, and we'll go back to the beginning. The other options, if we arrow across to the right, is odd days or even days. And once you highlight one of those, so even is highlighted currently, you press plus, that will set it. The last option is interval watering, which basically means we scroll all the way to the left, it'll come up with a number, so 1, I think right through to about 30. If we leave that as 4, that means it will water every 4 days regardless of what day. So some people like this, I personally like calendar watering, but each to their own. But yeah, if we leave that on 4, it's going to water every 4 days. If we go through the normal program, it's going to water at 6 AM for 30 minutes every 4 days. Okay. After we've set the days to water, we'll press the middle button here to scroll through all the menus. Past interval watering, press it again. The next screen comes up with 100%. Now this is the seasonal adjustment screen. This is more of a feature that's useful with a multi-station node, because by pressing minus or plus, we can adjust all of the runtimes up by a percentage. So if you've got all your runtimes at 20 minutes and you turn it up to 150%, all of your runtimes will be 30 minutes. So it saves setting each individual runtime. On a single station node though, if you want to change the time, you can just go through and change the runtime rather than the seasonal adjust. Press the middle button again, comes up with an off screen. Now this screen, if you leave it on this screen on the controller is now off, and it will not come back on until you turn it back to the automatic screen where the time is displayed. With a single station timer, if it's on the tap and you want to turn it off for a week or two, I personally would just turn the tap off, then you don't have to touch the controller. If it's in a valve box, you might want to run it off for a week or two if it's particularly wet. Alright, and that covers most of the features. There are also a few little more that I'll go through. Okay, so one of the other features is a manual watering feature. So if it's a particularly hot day, you want to give it an extra runtime, but you don't want to change the program, you can come up, hold the right arrow down. Now its default, it will come up to 30 minutes, which is my runtime, but you can change it to whatever you like. If you just want to water for say 20 minutes, you can change that. As soon as you let go for a second or two, it'll count down and manually turn that on for 20 minutes without affecting your normal program. If you think it's had enough after a few minutes and you want to turn it off, you just press the middle button until you get to the off screen. That will turn it off. Okay. Now, if you've made a bit of a mess of the controller and you're not sure how to go about fixing it, you just want to start again, you can reset the controller just by pressing the minus, the program, and the right arrow button. So just hold those three down. Takes about 5 or 10 seconds. When I take my fingers off the buttons, that's flashing 12 AM. So that's basically wiped out everything that we've just done. And you can start again. Okay, good feature. To hook in a rain sensor, we've basically got the yellow wire here that's already in a loop. If you cut that yellow wire and join each end onto the end of the rain sensor wires, you've now got a rain sensor on your battery controller, which is a very, very good feature. Well, that sums up the programming of the Hunter Node controller. Do yourself a favour, if you're in the market for a single station or multi-station battery controller, get yourself a Hunter Node. You won't be sorry. That's my FlowPro tip of the day. Thanks for watching.